great catastrophe looms over the mortal realms. The forces of the Grand Alliances wage relentless war, each seeking to claim dominion over mysterious sources of untold power. Now, under the scorching sun and shifting sands of the Sunfire Expanse, two armies ready themselves for a clash of force and discipline. From the windswept plateaus, the Ironjawz thunder across the dunes, a massive infantry force of brutes and ardboys, growing eager for the fight. A wall of green muscle and raw fury, they charge with the wind at their backs. Their advance, driven by the ever-shifting desert gales, seems to carry the combatants faster than nature should allow. But standing against them is an unyielding force of stone and clarity. The Lumineth Realmlords march with calm precision, their formation anchored by the towering presence of Avalanor and another mountain spirit, two immovable guardians of Hysh. Their stone guard also stand ready, each warrior a reflection of balance and resolve, braced to weather the storm and shatter the momentum of destruction. In today's matched play battle, our generals fight not only for victory, but for the honor of their grand alliances. The outcome will shape the unfolding war, and when the final battles arrive, the powers secured in regions like this may tip the scales in the struggle for dominance. Earlier this week, battle was met in the Bloodmarsh Fen, as the Stormcast Eternals descended from Azir to bring war to the Ossiarch Bone Reapers and the Mortarchs who lead them. To watch that match, and every battle in the campaign, consider joining our channel membership. Your support is invaluable in helping us to continue making and improving our battle reports. Now that you know the stakes, let's head to the battlefield for this chapter in the Season of War.
This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partner, Warpfire Minis. Today's battle showcases beautiful thematic dice from Baron of Dice. Grab your own or get a custom set made at baronofdice.com.
All right, Mike, let's jump right into the action. The mission we're playing today is Star Strike, so there are no objectives on the table to start. We're gonna get one coming down along the center line at the start of the first battle round, and then two more objectives coming down in the third battle round. And scoring is hold one and hold more. You get 3 points for each of those, which works both for when there's only the one single objective as well as all three. But that's it for the mission. Obviously pretty wild with them being able to come down anywhere, but we'll see how that goes. And then if you are following along with our ongoing campaign, we are fighting today over the Sunfire Expanse, which again is going to give a big buff or a significant ability to be used at the end of our campaign when our Grand Alliances kind of converge and have some big battles. So if you are interested in following along with the campaign more and getting involved, because there's also some sweet perks if you can make some good predictions of the games, but you can find out more about that by joining our channel membership and obviously get access to all the battle reports. And Mike, do you want to jump in and take us through your list?
Absolutely. So today we're bringing the Lumineth, and we're going with a theme today. We're trying to make sure everything has an elementary keyword. We did bring some Wardens today just for a little extra flack in the middle, but I think for this mission it's going to work out really well. My first regiment with my general is Avalanor. He's bringing with him a Spirit of the Mountain, and that's all that's in his regiment for this time. My second regiment is another Alarith regiment, which is a Stone Mage and 2 units of 10 Stone Guard. That Stone Mage is equipped with the Waystone to give me a little extra teleportation, a little extra jank, a little extra tricks. The third regiment I'm bringing is a Wind Mage. In that regiment, I have 5 Wind Chargers, the 10 Wardens, and 10 River Blades. The Wind Mage also has my heroic trait, which is Master Tactician.
Nice. And then for me, our channel members got to vote on what army you would be facing, and they chose the Ironjawz here today. And after the last time I had the Ironjawz on, the Mega Boss got one shot by a Gargant, so we just left him at home, and we're bringing all boys, all foot troops today. Leading things off as my general is a Mega Boss on foot, In his unit is a Ardboy Big Boss, so I can get that sweet field commander buff, and then a reinforced unit of 20 Ardboys. I then have another regiment with a Weird Knob Shaman, who has with him a unit of 10 Brutes, so they're reinforced as well, and a unit of 3 Brute Ragers. And then I have a third regiment, which is a War Chanter, who similarly has a unit of 10 Brutes and a unit of Brute Ragers. And both of my enhancements are on my Mega Boss on foot. He's got the Amberbone Whetstone to give him +1 rend, and then effectively Master Tactician, though it's not called that for Ironjawz, but it gives me the 4-inch redeploy minimum. And then I have the new Orc Manifestations, and that's it for me. Mike, we are both 3-drops here. You did win the roll-off and chose to be the attacker and drop first. So you'll get to choose your seasonal buff.
So I'm going to take the Prized Beast on my Spirit of the Mountain with Valinor. So he will always be hitting on 2s, and he'll never be bracketed.
And I already mentioned I'm going to do Field Sergeant for my seasonal Honor Guard ability, which just leaves us with your choice, because you did complete deployment first, of who goes first.
Yes, and I think, I don't know, as customary, I think as a good guest, I will let you take the first turn, and we'll see where the objective ends up, and we'll see what you do about it.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's jump into Ironjawz, turn 1. So we'll start off by finding out where the objective comes down. And we did a 6, so pretty central.
So at the start of the battle round, I have to pick my Facets of War. My army is the Alarith Temple, so it's going to have at all times the -1 to rend for my Alarith units. And then for my Facet of War I'm going to choose, I'm going to take Shining Company for my Venari.
And for my battle tactic this turn, I am going to go for Seize the Center. We've got an objective in the middle anyways, so fingers crossed we can take and hold that objective for a little bit. And we'll start off with going for the Kill a Beat with our War Chanter onto the Ardboys. And we're going to fail that on a 1. Then the Weird Knob Shaman is going to try and summon the Dork Rora, which he will get off on an 8. And he's safely out of range, so we're going to bring down the Manifestation. And then he's going to use it to try and get +2 to cast and not take any damage, thankfully. And then he's going to try and cast Basham Lads onto the Ardboys. And we'll get that off with a 7. So that'll give them crit 2 hits. And for my Mighty Destroyers move, I'm just going to do a 3-inch move with this unit of Brutes. And that's it for my hero phase.
Okay, I'm going to spend a CP for Magical Intervention, and I'm going to try to cast the Twin Stones. A 4 will not do it.
And then we're into movement. And then I will spend a command point for at the double with these Brutes, because a 1 could fail me my battle tactic. And that's going to wrap up my movement, and I'm actually going to have nothing else to do this turn.
I'm going to spend 1 CP to redeploy my Wind Chargers on the right, and they're going 5.
All right, and that'll wrap up my turn then, because I'm not doing any charging, obviously no shooting here. And as you can see with both the objective placement and then the tactic choice that I chose off of the objective placement, we're going all in on trying to take and hold that objective for a couple of turns and see if we can deny it from you, because that's potentially a 6-point swing each turn if I can deny it, which would be awesome. But for me here, I will store the hold 1 and hold more for 6 points, and then the battle tactic for 4 more for the full 10-point turn. And I have a feeling we might get into the action pretty quick here. But Mike, I'll leave it up to you, and we can jump into Lumineth Realmlords, turn 1.
Sounds good. Okay, so at the start of my hero phase, my battle tactic is going to be take the flanks. I'm going to try to get these Ragers off my case over here and work that. Moving into the magic part of the hero phase, I'm going to move my Stone Mage into the tower. And that Stone Mage is going to cast Rune of Petrification. I need a 7, so I'm going to re-roll that with the tower's ability into another 6, so it's not going to go off. Now with my Wind Mage, I'm going to cast Speed of Hish. That does not go off. That's the end of my hero phase.
I will actually spend a command point here for Magical Intervention with the War Chanter. trying to go for the kill a beat onto the Ardboys. We will fail that, but bank the 2 points.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to get into my movement phase. Okay, and in my movement phase, I'm going to try Wind Leap on my Wind Mage. It does not go off. Okay, so my movement's done. Is there anything you want to do?
I think I am going to go for a redeploy. Again, we're going to try and take an early lead, and we'll do it with these Brute Ragers, and we'll go 2 inches further away.
So we're going to start the shooting phase. I'm going to take my River Blades and take 5 shots. That's all that's in range of the Brute Ragers on the corner. 3 wounds at no rend.
5 up saves. We'll save 2, actually. That armor's holding up.
And now we're going to do a Geomantic Blast from Valinor into the Brutes. It hits, and wounds on a 2.
That will go through.
D6 damage for 4.
All right, that'll take out a Brute.
And the Spirit of the Mountain is going to do the same thing in the same unit. And it misses. Alrighty, so we're going to go right into the charge phase. I'm going to start off with my River Blades over here into the Brutes. Very important charge. 5 won't do it, so I have to spend a CP to reroll, putting me down to 1. And I got a 5 again, so I will fail the charge there, and fail my tactic in kind. You know what, I'm going to charge with the Valinor first. He gets an 8, so he's going in. And now we're going to do the Stone Guard to my right. And a 6 is just out. Now I'm going to charge the middle squad of Stone Guard. They're going to get a 5, which is not enough. And then I'll charge the other cow for a 5, which is not enough.
That seems to be the theme this turn.
Alrighty, so we'll get into fighting.
And I'll have 13 Ardboys within 3 of Avalinor, so I'll get to do their shield bashes. And because of my big boss, they'll get +1, so mortals on 5 ups for 2.
He has a 6-up ward, so I'll try for that. He's going to take 2 wounds. Well, I think I'm going to put everything I can into the Brutes.
And I will go for all-out defense here with the Brutes.
Valinor has 6 attacks. I'll be hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, and it'll be all into the Brutes. 3 wounds, rend 2.
I'll save 2 of those.
Okay, they're 4 damage each. So 2 attacks with his hooves on 4s and 2s. 2 wounds, rend 1.
Back to 3s. We save those both.
Alrighty.
So you will just kill 1 Brute. And then I will fight right back with them.
Okay, and this time I will use all defense.
So we'll start off with the Door Choppas. And we'll get 3 through at rend 2.
Okay, with his Alarith ability and all defense, I'll ignore the rend entirely, so he'd be back to his 3-up save. Save 1, fail 1. So 3 total so far.
Then we'll have the Brute weapons. And they'll get 10 attacks through at 2 damage.
Okay, with 10 damage through at rend 1, I am at a 2-up save now. And I'll fail 1. So I got 5 damage total from the Brutes. I'll take my 6-up ward save. Saving none, so I take 5 more damage. He's taking 7.
All right, then we'll pile in with the Ardboys and keep fighting. So 4s and 3s. And thanks to crit 2 hits, that'll be 20 attacks at rend 2 because they're anti-charge.
All right, so we'll do 20 saves with my Alarith Temple buff and all defense. I'm going to ignore the 2 rend, so I get to go back to my 3-up save. And it looks like we're taking 6 ward saves, failing them all, so taking 6 more damage. So he's at 13 taken. So at the end of my turn, I really didn't have a great battle tactic to go for. I could have completely broken up my army and done Reclaim the Realms with a couple of teleports that were guaranteed, but I decided to go against that. Take a chance over here to make a charge and survive some Ragers for take the flanks. Jordan smartly did redeploy and played that out. My charge rolls were pretty bad, but at the end of the day, Valinor went in. He was hoping his buddies would join him. They did not, so he was swinging for the fences all by himself, but managed to hang on through the all defense. He doesn't have much steam left. He's only got 3 wounds, so we're going to see how he fares. And I think we're going into I got a 0-point turn because I failed my tactic, and obviously I don't outnumber that horde that's in the middle of the table of orcs there that are just slamming in their shields and bashing and all. They're really mad. So
this is like one of the big strategies for this mission actually, is if you can, depending on where the objective comes down, if you can throw your whole army on it and try and deny it for a couple turns, you can hopefully build a lead to carry you through the game. But here, yeah, I think between like 8 charges, you had 1 that was above a 5. So obviously thankful for that, and not taking all the stone dards and two cows in combat as well. So we're counting our blessings from Gorka Morka.
Alrighty.
But yeah, we can head into priority for round 2.
Let's do it.
That's an Ironjawz 6. So we're going to take that turn, keep on fighting, and jump into, Orcs turn 2.
So at the start of the battle round, I'm going to do my Facets of War. I'm still going to pick Shining Company for the Venari, just in case they get charged this turn. They'll be -1 to hit, which is really helpful against Orcs. And yeah, there's a lot to declare at the start of the turn, so over to you.
Yeah, and for my battle tactic, I'm going to go for take the flanks here. Similarly, a slight risk on this one, but I'm not going to have a better opportunity, I don't think, so we'll go for that. And then for spell casting, my Weird Knob Shaman is going to try and cast the Mighty Headbutt or Edbutt into Avlanor, and I am going to use the Dork Aurora to try and get +2 to cast, of which I will suffer 2 wounds, but I will get +2, and we'll try and cast the spell and get that off with an 8.
I do have 1 Unbind, and this is kind of big. I want to keep Avlanor alive, so I'll try to unbind it. Looking for a 9, and I don't get it.
All right, so we're doing D3 mortal wounds for the big 3.
I got to make 1 6-up ward, and I don't. He's dead.
Oh no. I don't think you made 1 ward save so far this game with Avlanor.
Yeah, you know what? That was unfortunate.
And with our Orcs now being freed up, we're going to try and chant the Killabeat with our War Chanter onto the Ardboys. And we did a 6, so that's going to go off with an 8. So we will be getting +1 damage on their attacks. And with Mighty Destroyers, I'm just going to move up these Brute Ragers 3 inches. And that's going to be it for my hero phase.
Okay, I've got 5 CP because I'm slightly the underdog, so I'm going to use Magical Intervention and try to get out the Rune of Petrification again with my Stone Mage. And I get an 11. Sorry, a 10, sorry.
We'll try to unbind that, but we fail.
Okay, with the Rune of Petrification being right in the middle of Jordan's army, I get to put a 6-inch aura around it and tag everything for D3 mortals. So we'll start with the boys at the front. They'll take 2 mortal wounds, and then we'll do the brutes at the front. They'll take 2 mortal wounds. Now we'll do the other squad of brutes on the far side. They take nothing. Now we're going to go to the war boss. He'll take 3 and fight last. We'll go to the Ardboy big boss. He'll take 2 mortals. And the War Chanta. He will take nothing.
And then we'll head into movement. And that's going to be it for my movement phase. And we'll start off charges over here with the Ragers on the left and get a 5. And that's going to be all my charges.
Okay, at the end of the charge phase, I really have no choice here. My back's to the wall. I've got to do something to try and get Jordan's points off the board here. I'm going to countercharge with my River Blades because that's going to deny his tactic and hopefully get 4 points if I can get them off the table. But I got to kill them all. For 4.
And at the start of combat, I'm going to do my Shield Bash with all my Ardboys into your Stone Dard. And we don't get the +1 from the big boss because we're not close enough, but we will deal 4 mortal wounds.
Okay, that'll take out 2. So starting my combat abilities, my River Blades get to move 2d6 inches. They're going to go for 9. And now my Stone Mage on a 3-up is going to give my Stone Guard a +1 rend. And I get it.
All right, well, we are going to kick off combat with the Ardboys. They're all buffed up with the kill beat, so let's start there and put all the attacks into those Stone Dard. And I am going to go for the all-out attack.
Okay, I got 2 CP. I'm going to all defense.
And they'll get 16 attacks through at rend 1.
And I will fail 6 of those.
Which are 2 damage each because of the kill beat.
Okay, then 6 of them die. So starting off with the River Blades, they have 3 attacks each, so we're going to get 31 attacks. And the River Blades pop off and do 18 wounds at rend 1.
Ouch, we gotta make a lot of stitch-up saves here. Far from enough.
Alrighty, now with my lightning reactions, I get to fight with the second unit. I can do the Stone Guard over here, and I can spend my last CP on all-out attack.
And I'll go for the all-out defense.
Okay, that's 11 at rend 1.
3 go through, so you'll kill 2 orcs. And then we'll fight with the 3 ragers into your wind chargers. And that'll be 6 at rend 1.
You make a lot of these. Make 2, take 4.
So 8 damage.
So 6. So with lightning reactions, I get to pick 2 more again. I'll pick my Stone Guard in the middle and my wind chargers on the right.
The wind chargers failed to deal any damage, while the stone guard managed to deal 2 wounds to the brutes.
And then I will fight with those brutes, and I'm going to pile in and put all their attacks into the wardens. And they'll put 5 through at rend 2.
So looking for 6s, I save none.
And they'll be 2 damage each.
So that's the squad. I'm out of things to fight with.
Cool, so we'll just then have the other unit of brutes into your stone guard. 4s. We'll have 1 at rend 2
I failed it.
for 3 damage with the door chopper. Then the brute weapons will put through 3 at rend 2
Saving none.
for 6 more damage. And then at the end of my turn, I am going to spend a command point to power through with my unit of brutes onto your stone guard. And we will deal 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
All right, that will wrap up Ironjawz turn 2. And obviously, with the opportunity to hit some stuff and kill some stuff, we couldn't turn it down. And notably, actually, the biggest part of this whole turn was in the hero phase, my Weird Knob Shaman doing 3 mortal wounds to take out Avlanor, because that freed up my Ard boys and my other unit of brutes to go in and do some damage as well. And notably, those are the 2 units that were fighting your Stone Guard. That was a huge difference in terms of what I was able to do with this turn.
Yeah, I think it was keeping a Valinor. I mean, he was up against the wall there. He certainly had his work cut out for him, but going out in the hero phase like he did, really did free up a lot of bodies for you to come in and just get the work done. So.
Yep. Notably though, I did lose my Ragers over here, so I failed my battle tactic, so I will only store the 6 points for primary. After the Brewery Ragers moved up, looking at or asking about the profile, I realized I didn't really want to actually fight the Wind Chargers because I wasn't going to activate there first. And we saw obviously why, so I could have been a little further back to make the charge harder for you, but hindsight's 20/20, so.
Yeah, I really wouldn't have done a counter charge like I did, but I saw an opportunity just to deny 4 points,
Yep.
and it's really my only hope in this game at this point is to try and work the edges now, because I'm not working the middle.
Yeah, and notably, I did vacate the objective with my units by doing all the charging, but obviously going for the kill is pretty important in Warhammer 2, and that is why I went for the power through with the brutes to try and get them a little bit closer and be more defensive, so you can't just charge in there with Avlanor. But that'll be it for Ironjawz, and we can jump into Lumineth Realmlords turn 2.
Let's do it. Well, with me being spread out a little bit now, and Jordan focused in the middle, I'm going to go for Reclaim the Realms. I think I can pull it off with a few teleports or even just movements. But yeah, I think I've got enough pieces to get that done now, and I might as well. So in the hero phase, I'm going to cast the Rune of Petrification again from my Stone Mage with a 12.
Can't stop it.
And we're going to put that in the middle again and try and get some fights last and some damage on these heroes. So I might as well activate it now. So we're going to start with the big boss at the back. He'll take nothing. And then we'll do the War Chanta in the middle. He'll take nothing. And we'll do the War Boss. He'll take 3 again and fight last. Now we'll do the Brutes right next to it. They'll take 3 and fights last. The Yard Boys in the middle. They'll take 3 and fight last. And we'll do the Brutes that are engaged with the Stone Guard over here. They'll take nothing. Okay, for my last spell, we're going to go for a Speed of Hish from the Wind Mage onto the Wind Chargers. And I will roll the 3. Does not go off. And with that, we're going to get on to movement. Now my Wind Chargers have to try to retreat, and I'm going to try to get over to the corner. They take 3 mortal wounds. Okay, I'm also going to retreat the Stone Guard. I'm not expecting him to live or do much, but if he stays there, Jordan gets free pile-ins for fighting him, so I'm going to try to get him out of there. And I don't. He does die. Alrighty, and we're gonna get on the shooting phase. Nothing to shoot, so we're gonna go into the fight phase over here. I'm all out of CP, so I'll just start swinging.
Yeah, I will go for all out defense with these brutes.
Okay, so 13 attacks, 3s and 3s. We're looking at 6 at rend 1.
Back to 3s, 3 go through, so 2 more orcs go down. And then the brutes will fight back, starting with the door choppers. We'll get 1 at rend 2 for 3 damage. And 3 more attacks at rend 2 from the brute weapons.
Looking for 5s. I failed them all.
For 6 damage.
Okay, 1 guy left. So to wrap up my turn, I scored my battle tactic, thankfully. I'm on the scoreboard at the bottom of round 2. I got my Reclaim the Realms because I have a unit in each table quarter that's wholly outside of 6 inches from enemies. And yeah, I'm just clawing onto points right now.
Yep.
So that's all I can get. The middle to me is lost. I'm just hoping for a good roll for the next round of objectives that are coming up. And yeah, what did you think of the turn?
Yeah, obviously, yeah, like you said, you're just scraping for points, so in a bit of a dire position. But if I have learned anything from playing this mission, that the objectives can be wild and could still make it a crazy game. So I guess we can just get into round 3 and start with priority.
Sounds good.
That's a 3.
That's a 6. I don't know where the objectives are going at this point. I think it only makes sense to take a double and hope they land where I am and try to score 10.
Sounds good. So let's jump into Lumineth Realmlords, turn 3.
Let's go. Since I'm the active player, I get to roll where they go. We're going to go low on my right or your left, and we'll see what this one goes on my side. We're going to get a 7, so it's going to go right in the middle. And now we'll do the one on Jordan's side of the board for 5.
Which will hit this terrain piece and turn that into an objective.
Perfect. So I'm going to get my battle tactic. I'm going to do take their land. I think the smartest play is just to take the temple over in the corner. Alrighty, on to magic phase. We're going to do Transporting Vortex with my Wind Mage. 5 will not do it. And my Stone Mage is going to cast Protection of Hish. And I get a 3. Does not go off. That's the end of my hero phase. Is there anything you want to do for a counterspell?
No spells, but I will spend a command point to rally my brutes, the ones in the center. And we will just heal the 2 wounds.
Alrighty, so on to movement phase. So at the end of my movement phase, I have nothing to shoot, I have nothing to charge, Jordan has nothing to shoot, so we're going to go right into combat. My heroic stone guard is going to do 3 attacks onto the brutes, 3s and 3s, and 2 wounds at rend 1.
That will kill another brute. And then they will fight back.
I will all defend because I have lots of CP and I might as well.
So the door choppers first. We'll get 2 at rend 2.
So with his temple ability and all defense, this will be on 4s. And I save 1, fail 1.
3 damage.
And he goes down valiantly. Okay, that wraps up my turn 3. I scored, I actually got an objective this round. I got a battle tactic this round. So I'm going to hold 1 and I'll get my battle tactic for 6 points.
Yeah, so not bad under the circumstances. All you could do.
Yep, that's what we're doing right now. We're working the edges. We're obviously working the corners. And we've got 2 battle tactics in a row with hardly anything left, so.
Yeah, well, let's jump into Orc's turn, see what we can do, and yeah, head into Ironjawz, turn 3. All right, for my turn, I'm going to go for Do Not Waver for my battle tactic, so I have to fight with 2 units and have none slain. Then for spell casting, my Weird Knob Shaman is going to cast the Mighty Headbutt against your Wind Chargers. And we'll get that off with a 7. So we'll deal D3 mortal wounds for 3. Then the War Chanter is going to try and pray for the heal and beat onto the Mega Boss. And that'll fail, but he'll bang 3 points. Then lastly, I will spend a command point to rally my more wounded unit of brutes. And we'll bring 1 back. And then I'm just going to go for a Mighty Destroyers move with those brutes. And that's it for my hero phase.
Okay, for my hero phase, I'm going to spend a CP to try and rally my Wind Chargers in the back corner. Looking for 4s, and I'm not going to get 1 back. I'm going to spend another CP and go for Magical Intervention, and I'm going to try to do Transporting Vortex on my Wind Mage. And I'll get it with an 8.
And I'm out of range.
Okay, so I'll pick him up. Okay, that's it for me.
All right, then into movement. And I'm going to start off by spending a command point with my Mega Boss for at the double. So he's going 12 inches. And that's going to be it for my movement.
I think I will just redeploy the Spirit of the Mountain. And he's going to go 6.
Then into charges, we're just going to go with the Ard Boys. They make their charge into the train piece. And we might as well roll the Brute Ragers, but a 7 won't be enough. We can head into combat. We'll get the Shield Bash with all the Ard Boys. And we'll deal 4 mortal wounds. Then we're going to start off combat with the Mega Boss first. And we'll go for all out attack to see if he can kill the train piece by himself. 3s and 2s. We'll have 5 at rend 1.
I'm going to save 1.
So 6 more damage. And then we'll attack with the Ard Boys and try and finish it off. And they'll get 10 attacks through at rend 1.
And that'll do it for him.
All right, that'll wrap up Ironjawz turn 3 here, and we're just going for an easy tactic, do not waver, pretty much guaranteed as long as I don't activate in the wrong order. So we did what we needed to do, and we are going to store our 10 points here for hold 1, hold 2, hold more. Obviously the objectives did come down pretty favorably for me. If they had come down at both at this end or something, scoring actually could have gotten really interesting, but the orcs don't mind things settling down a little bit after they had all their fun. And we can roll out Prio for round 4.
Okay. I'm going to win it. I'm going to take it, obviously. I think I'm going to be able to get 2 more tactics before the end of the game. I'm going to try to slay the Tyrant over here in my turn 4 battle tactic. And then for turn 5, I'm going to just slowly close in on this train piece and do not waver as well. So just trying to keep in the game, keep the points up. But primary, I have to completely abandon now. I can't even score against the Brutes at this point. I can't score against the boys, and it's just, he has everything left he needs to have in the middle. So what I'm going to try to do is we're going to roll the fight out for the Spirit of the Mountain just so he can actually see some action in this game, and then we'll go from there.
All right, yeah, we'll jump into just a quick Lumineth turn 4.
Okay, so we're going to go with no spell casting right now. It's not going to be consequential, but I think we're going to have a rally on the other side.
Yes, we obviously are going to try and keep that Mega Boss alive, and he will heal 4 wounds. So you got to do 6 damage.
That won't help you. I'll get there. Don't worry. The hooves will finish you. Yeah. I'm just going to move outside of 3 of the boss so I can have a easiest time charging as possible. And we're going to go for a shot at the Geomantic Blast. It normally hits on 3s, but it's going to be at -1, so on 4s. Hit misses. On to charge phase. We're going to go for a charge. And we get a 9. I measured things out. There's no way I can stay outside of 3 of the boys, but my only goal here is to fight first and get rid of the Mega Boss. So that's where I'm going to be. I don't need any command points. I'm hitting on 2s, winning on 2s. So yeah, it'll be up to you to do your reactions.
Yeah, we'll go for the all-out defense here.
Alrighty. So I get 4 attacks on 2s and 2s. They all hit. And they all wound at -2.
1 goes through here.
Okay, so 5 damage.
So he's got 1 left right now.
So now we got 2 hooves on 3s and 2s. Both miss. But I am going to let you fight back.
Yeah, so we'll go just quick with the Mega Boss.
And at this point, I'm going to do all defense.
We'll have Sitch through at Rend 2 because of his Whetstone.
And I'm going to save all but 1. So at the end of combat, I'm going to spend 1 CP and power through to finish off the War Boss and get...
yeah, he only had the 1 wound left,
entourage.
So that's automatic at this point, unfortunately.
Alrighty, so just to show you, you can get your battle tactics even when your back's to the wall. So.
Yeah, and at this point, looking into Ironjaw's turn, I would have a couple options for tactics in the final turns, and I could go for either time to get stuck in, but I for sure have a guaranteed one with take their land. So even if I failed the turn-in approach or whatever other tactic, I'm for sure guaranteed 16 points in the final turns, which would put me to 42. And assuming you get, again, we can roll priority, but assuming you get your tactic in round 5,
Yeah, I likely will because I'm coming in from the back and just attacking your terrain.
And I'm not going to take a double because I want to get the tactics. So obviously here with the store, we'll be able to clinch the win and don't really, like, there's not much to play out. I'm not really going to be engaging you. I don't want to leave the objectives and let you sneak onto them for anything. And I'll just be trying to store my tactics. And we've seen, I guess, the scary potential of what Ironjawz can do.
Yeah, it was definitely going to be a fight in the middle. I think just the timing didn't go my way. It could have been a little bit different, but I was definitely on an uphill battle after the second battle round. So.
And I think even just the placement of that first objective right in the middle, let me put 20 brutes and 20 Arboys onto that objective, just gave you almost no chance to take it.
Yeah, at least for the first 2 turns. Again, had combat, timing, some fights last, some strikes last, some charges. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was definitely a brutal game.
Yes. Yeah, like you said, failing all your charges besides Avalanor turn 1, losing Avalanor in my hero phase, and then letting me dictate or get into all the combats. Yeah, do lots of vicious fighting. It was pretty rough.
Well, you know what? I had a blast. This was great, and I can't wait to see what the next one brings.
And with that, we'll call this battle over, and the Ironjawz do claim the Sunfire Expanse for the Forces of Destruction. So Order's having a bit of a tough one so far in the campaign, but obviously it's lots of games to go still. But again, that'll be it for us for today, and I will just say a big thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next battle report.
As the winds howl across the scorched sands and the sun sets over the broken field, the Ironjawz stand victorious in the Sunfire Expanse. With brute strength and unshakable momentum, they claimed and held the vital ground, driving back every challenger and securing the region for the forces of destruction. Their triumph here may prove decisive when the final battles are fought at campaign's end. But as this conflict draws to a close, we invite you to join us for the next chapter in the Season of War.